Learn the truth about the game by joining dating and life coach Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham live in New York City on Saturday, April 14th at the NYC Seminar and Conference Center for the Truth About the Game seminar. In this seminar, Mr. Locario will teach you exactly what you need to know to be successful with women. Space is extremely limited, so purchase your tickets today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation. So thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So this one says, what's good? I wanted to know your thoughts on a man having a standard when it comes to a female's look. I remember you saying realistically that every bitch a man may fuck probably isn't going to be hella bad, but I'm not going to front. I can't fuck these 5s and 6s anymore. I fucked a few average looking bitches this last year, and I just don't want to see their faces again after I fucked once. Am I tripping? Thanks, and keep up the good work. All right. So the thing is, guys, what you have to understand is if you are the type of guy who wants to have sex with multiple women, right? What's going to most likely happen is that there's going to be a good number of chicks that you're having sex with or that you're dealing with who are not going to be those dimes, right? Now, the reason why they're not going to be those dimes is because most guys have a narrow view of what they see as hot. And since you have the narrow view of what you see as hot, what that means is that there's going to be less of those girls you're going to run into or come into contact with. So what that means is, let's say, for example, you think like, you know, a dime chick to you is a girl with like double D titties and who's slim, right? Now, if your type is the girl who has double D titties, who's slim, and you think that's the dime chicks, that's the baddest girls, what's going to happen is that by you thinking that's the hottest ones, you're eliminating all the other girls who are not that. You understand? So if you're in a party and there's 100 girls, and let's say out of those 100, only 7 or 8 fit that description, right? Then you have all those other girls, you know, those 90-something girls who don't fit that description. So therefore, it's going to be harder to find those girls since your view of what is hot is narrow. Because remember, what's hot is subjective. Now, if you're a guy who has a broader, perspective on what's hot, you know, like let's say if you have multiple different types of chicks who you think are bad, then it's going to be easier for you to find more chicks. So if you're the type of guy who, let's say you have a different variation of types where you're like, okay, I think, a chick with big titties is hot, a chick with a fat ass is hot, a chick that's thick is hot, a chick that's super skinny is hot, or whatever. You have all this variation. Then what's going to be, you know, it's going to be easier for you to find chicks who you feel are hot enough for you to mess with. But usually most guys have more of a narrow view than a broad view. So what that means is that, you know, a guy is going to have a harder time getting those dimes because most of the girls he deals with is going to be, they're not going to be 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're going to be 5, 6, and 7s because what is 8, 9s, and 10s is a smaller group of women. And if you're trying to mess with a whole bunch of, you know, chicks, if we're just thinking logically, you understand, if we're just using math here, if you go to a room with 100 women and only 6 fit that description, that means that you would need to be able to get with all those 6 girls. And then even when if you do get with all those 6 girls, you only got with 6 girls. So if you want to be fucking like 20, 30, 50 girls in that room, that means some of them are going to be the ones who are the 5, 6s, and 7s because the 8, 9s, and 10s are a smaller number for you. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you know, you should always go for that type of chick that you want, the chick that is your type. Of course, if you see that girl, yeah, hell yeah, go for that. But if you're the type of guy who wants to smash a whole bunch of chicks, you're going to have to be able to deal with women who you think are fuckable. So the fuckable chicks are the ones who aren't necessarily like your ideal type. They're not your first choice. They're not the baddest chicks, but you'll still have sex with them, right? You know, but the thing is, you still want them to be, I guess, you know, attractive enough to where you still think they're cute, even though they're not the baddest girl. So instead of maybe 5s and 6s, you might want to deal with the girls who you think are like 7, 7.5, maybe, you know, 8. You understand what I'm saying? So even though you're not necessarily seeing the 9s and 10s all the time, you still have a good amount of fuckable chicks who are 7s and 8s to you. You see what I'm saying? Because for me, for example, chicks who are dimes to me are chicks who are thick as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I like thick chicks. So the thing is, since my view is narrow, right? Most of the girls, if I'm smashing a whole bunch of girls, most of the girls that I'm smashing are going to be, you know, fuckable chicks. It's not going to be the thick girls, because if I go to an event or a spot or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of girls in there, not all of them are going to be thick. The only way this is going to happen is unless I go to some specific type of event. If I go to a specific type of situation where all the girls are specifically that type. So let's say if I went to, like, I don't know, maybe like a fucking hip hop video shoot or something, and all the girls are thick there, you know, and there's like 100 bad thick chicks, then that's one thing. But just in general, because they're all congregating to that spot, you understand? But just in general, you know, based off of what you think is the hot girl, is the top joint, it's always going to be in a smaller demand if it's narrow, because you are always automatically excluding all the other girls who are not that type. You see what I'm saying? So the more narrow it is, because, you know, I know guys who will say, you know, like some guys will say, I only will date a black chick, or only date an Asian girl or whatever. So what happens is that, you know, your dating options are super narrow. You feel what I'm saying? So now what happens is that makes it a little bit more difficult for you to find that ideal type that you want. Right? So, you know, you might say, hey, I just want a black chick. But what happens is you might run into a white girl, an Asian girl, an Indian girl, whatever, who you think is still sort of cute. So you're like, well, yeah, she's fuckable, so I'll have sex with her. You understand? So you have to understand that, you know, you should always have your standard of what you want. You know, you like this type of thing. You go after that. You try to make it happen. Understand that because of what your type is, because remember, the looks are subjective. What you think is hot is subjective. It's what you think. You know what I'm saying? And if you have that narrow view, you're going to only find a small amount of those chicks in a lot of, you know, different situations that you're in. You see what I'm saying? So definitely go after those chicks. But if you are the type of guy who wants to smash a whole bunch of girls, understand that either you have to have that broader perspective on what you think is hot in order for you to get more of a variety of, you know, hot girls, or you're going to have to understand that you have a narrow view of what you think is hot, but also understand that if you want a lot of girls to fuck, that most of the girls that you're fucking may not be your ideal type, but they will be fuckable. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. Listen, guys, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get your tickets for the Truth About the Game seminar. Space is limited, so get your tickets today.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.